Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual event, Turning Your Customers into Brand Advocates with Exceptional and Seamless Customer Experience, organized by CXM Event in partnership with Infobip. I'm Nisha, and I will be your host for today's session. On behalf of our partner, Infobip, and the CXM Event team, I would like to thank you for joining us today. A few pointers to make the most of this session. I would request all the attendees to keep your phone lines on mute to avoid any disturbance. Should you have any questions, we do have a Q&A after each session. But if you have a question in between, you can click on the raise your hand button on your screen and we'll pass over the mic to you. Or you could just type it out in the chat option. If for any reason you get locked out during the session, please follow the same procedure to log back in again. Without further ado, I would like to now welcome Mr. Anand from Infobip India, who will be presenting on delivery of personalized customer journey in the age of omni-channel in India. Are we there yet? A little bit about Amandeep. He comes with 15 years of rich experience with the B2C and B2B domains. He has hands-on experience of the customer lifecycle management in India with experience on the supply and demand side. In his career, Amandeep has worked with organizations like Onmobile, Telenor, Aircel, and Airtel in different capacities. In his existing role, Amandeep heads the North and East India region, including Bangladesh, as a business leader, thereby working on a common goal of driving deeper customer engagements by analyzing customer challenges and presenting meaningful solutions leading to improvement in their experience. I would now like to hand over the session to Mr. Sami. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Nisha. Thank you for the brief introduction. And good afternoon to everyone. And thank you for attending the session. And I'll start with straight away with the presentation and the agenda because that's very. I'll start with straight away with the presentation and the agenda because that's very relevant in today's time. Nisha mentioned is delivery of personalized customer journey in the age of omni-channel in India. And with a very relevant question here, are we there yet? And in the subject itself, I feel there are three important keywords that defines the customer, that defines the company, and then that defines the growth also. And those three important words are personalized. How well do you know your customer? Customer journey, how well you have defined customer journey, and most importantly, the omni-channel. We have plethora of offline and online channels at the moment. Are we using those channels in the right manner? So that's how the subject is, and that's where I would like to discuss more. The old saying still holds true. Customer is the king. Customer knows everything, but are we meeting the expectation of the customer here? Because the customer wants a seamless interaction across channels, and customer wants an experience. Are we doing that? The reply here is actually very surprising here. The reality and the expectations are very different here. The reality is that customer experience is not what they expect, especially in the Indian market, as per what the expectation is. If you see the picture on the right, you see people, these are different kind of customers having a very weird experience, not getting what kind of a product they want, what kind of an experience they want. Overall, the reality is at the moment, my friends, it's exactly the same what I'm showing here. So that brings to me to a very important question here. Do your customers feel the same way after experiencing your digital business? That is a check that we need to do. And most importantly, are we even aware of the fact that what our customers are feeling? Are they feeling as per their expectation? Or the reality which we've just shown, are they feeling that way? Because if the reality, the experience is like that, I'm sure there will not be a repurchase and the customer retention will be a very big issue here. I'll start with another example here from the industry, which has seen a lot of digital evolution, is our banking industry. Digital transformation has created a very empowered customer, a customer who is in the driver's seat, who knows, what kind of a channels are available, who is increasingly mobile and is much more informed. There's a customer in today's scenario, there's a customer who has multiple channels, multiple touch points, and is not very loyal at the moment. The customer is not loyal. There's a reason behind it, because customers are looking for experiences. If the experience is not that great, they will never stick with you. If you ask me, I have not visited a bank in last 1 year. All my work is being done either through a social channel or through net banking or maybe through telephone banking. If I have all these channels, why do I need to go to a bank? But if I don't have these channels and I have to go to a bank, I'm sorry, my loyalty will not be with that bank. My loyalty will change. And that is what is happening with today's banking experience also. So the banks really need to define their channels, really need to define their touch points in a way that all are integrated, all have the same level of faith in front of the customer. That trust is very important. And that's the reason where the loyalty will come in. Customer will not be loyal to a company name or a bank name in future. Customer will only be loyal to their experience. That's the reason, 62% of the customers agree that it's important to have the ability to switch between banking, and seamless experience will define how the loyalty to the bank will be. So banks will have to consistently upgrade their touch points, constantly improve the experience here. If they do not improve their experiences, I'm sorry, but they will not be in the business anymore. And that brings us to a very important question here. Are we truly delivering inspirational experiences? We don't buy products anymore. Customers don't buy products anymore. Customers are much more keen to have their experience evaluate the kind of product they want to buy. People buy experiences now. If you really ask me, the market has completely become a combination of an online and an offline trade. I may buy goods online. I may like the user experience. I may like the UI. But if the product is not delivered on time, if the product is not delivered as per my expectation, I'm sorry, my whole experience goes bad and I may not visit that site. So companies in today's world, they really need to come out with exceptional experiences from start of the journey to the end of the journey where the product is delivered to the customer. If they don't have the right experience, I'm sorry, the business may not sustain in the future. I'll just share one important quote by Brian Chesky, who is the founder of Airbnb, that we start with the perfect experience and then work backward. That's how we are going to be continue to be successful. Because at the moment, it is the experience that matters. If the experience is fine, the customer is retained. If the experience is not there, the customer never visits your site again. So the point here is that the companies have to move their mindset from a product oriented approach to an experience oriented approach. The backbone of every digital experience is the technology that is powering those experiences. It has to be a combination, it has to be a technology. I'll just come back to how the Indian consumers think of the technology and how it can help. Indian consumers have a far greater expectation from technology. As I said earlier, consumer is the king and customer king has expectations. So the expectation of the Indian consumer is much more, than the global peers. They want technological innovations to improve their lives. They want a better experience, whether it is in the store or on the website, and they want a personalized touch to it. The most important part is the personalized touch with the help of technology. That is what Indian consumers prefer when compared to their global peers. That's where the technology is very handy. But Indian consumer is very smart at that point. They also understand that there is a risk when the data is shared online and it may put their information at risk to other sites also. That's where that human touch comes into the picture. That is where they want a human touch. That's where they want a personalized experience, maybe through a call center agent or maybe while visiting the store. Technology can help, but it has to be a backbone. That is what the Indian consumer assumes here, that they want a human touch. And to be honest, Indian consumers are typically like that same Maruti ad which says कितना average देगा या कितना नहीं देगा. That is where the Indian consumer mind is. They have their expectations, and their expectations are much more as compared to their global peers. Indian consumers are still not happy when it comes to the overall customer experience. Even putting up so much technology, their expectations are much more. They want an experience which is far better as compared to their global peers. To the companies these days will have to focus. They have to come down to an approach which is the experience wave here. They will have to understand that it is not internal but the external factors, the consumers, which will derive the consumer overall experience here. Product is not the only criteria here. Experience is the criteria. Now, in today's world, the challenge is that consumer expectations are higher than ever before, and they want these expectations across all channels, be it online, be it social media, be it banking or net banking. They want similar experience, and companies cannot define the channels for the customer here. Customer himself chooses all the channels they have, and whatever channels they have to interact with the companies. So there has to be a seamless experience across all the channels. It can't be just one channel which the company wants. It's the consumer which wants. So this brings us to a very important point here, that what is the customer experience management? How are we managing it? How are we personalizing it? How are we orchestrating it? That the customer experience management score for every company goes up. That's from the Indian consumers here. But yes, there is an advantage of it. There is obviously a return if you do personalization. As per a BCG survey here, there's a chance of a revenue increase up to 6 to 10% if the personalization improves. It's a continuous process, my friend. It can't be personalization. It's up to a level. That level has to change. That level has to improve every day. That level can only increase in almost 2 to 3 times faster transactions for you. And within three industries, retail, manufacturing, and finance, even if 15% of the companies, as per BCG survey across the globe, focus on these, there's a revenue sheet of $800 billion in 5 years. That's a huge, huge number here. Now, the question is, are we part of those 15% companies or not? Are we focused to have a better experience for our customers? That is how the journey of next 5 years will be defined. This, for me, is the most important slide here, because this actually tells us that customer journey is a blend of online and in-store experience. At the moment, there is nothing which is only online, and there is nothing called only offline. The omni channel has channels from both online source also and offline mediums also. To give you a couple of examples, I buy something from let's say from Swiggy, or let's say from Bata online. I should have the liberty. I do my online research. I finalize a product, and I go to a store also to buy it. Similarly, if I buy something from Swiggy or Myntra, I do buy stuff online also. So I can buy online also. I can buy offline, but the delivery happens physically. That is where the offline experience has to be pretty good. For a high ticket item, I may do all the research here. I may go to a Maruti site, find out all the features, compare it on other sites also, but my purchase will always be in store. So the point which I'm trying to make here is the experience has to be seamless across online and offline experience. If the experience at any point of time, be it online, be it offline, is not as per my expectations, then the follow up will not happen on offline or maybe in an online mode. So the experience has to be seamless, and the companies have to find out where the experience is actually seamless. And how do we do that? Obviously, there's a call to action. Differentiate through experiences. That is very important here. Meeting customer expectations and rising above the competition requires retailers to create experiences that are better than the previous experiences, that actually stand out from the rest of the competition here. And with so many digital channels available in today's world, and with so many customer preferences of using different digital channels, experiences which stand out will only matter. With today's market automation tools, today's experience of online selling, there is a plethora of information. There's a huge amount of information that is available with all these sellers, which are with all these companies. Now they have to define a way where they can use this information in a much more systematic, much more meaningful way to improve the customer experience. Because this information is useless unless and until used properly. And this is like a two-edged sword. If you don't use this information in a proper manner, customers will never come back. And if we use it in a proper manner, we can actually upgrade customer ARPU, we can upgrade, we can increase customer purchase cycles, and that is where we need to stand out. Now, how does Infobip help in all these things? Uh, we as Infobip work on a CPaaS and a SaaS model here. CPaaS is services, the channels which manage the last mile connectivity for our customers. I, as a customer, let's say I want to purchase a railway ticket from IRCTC, I may get a SMS message. If I've entered my email ID, I can get an email of the ticket also. Similarly, today's world demands two-way interactions. Two-way interactions on maybe WhatsApp, which are part of our chat apps portfolio, two-way interactions through RCS also, and through voice also. So we at Infobip manage the last mile connectivity across channels, which actually can become the part of the SaaS portfolio and define customer journeys. We have different channels here. For example, we have a mobile identity channel which will actually replace OTPs in the future. A customer will not, need to enter OTP from their phone, and similar, and the verification will happen from the backend. This is the kind of experience, that the customer expects from us. We will have the seamless email experience, something on SMS where somebody's maybe waiting for a banking OTP, which is as per the guidelines, has to be delivered within 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So we do that also. And all these channels, are mutually exclusive channels. And how do they help us, or how do they define user journeys, is what is there in the products mentioned above. So Moments is our market automation tool, which has huge amount of information about customer purchase, when they visited the site, not visited, and presents a very, it's our engagement platform which presents a very meaningful journey that can be defined for the customer. It is the tool which has all the kind of analytics which can help organizations to make their customer experiences better. When to interact with the customer, what time to interact with the customer, which is the most relevant time for any kind of a purchase by the customer in any geography. That information is present in our Moments tool. And this tool has been very successfully used by companies for improving customer experiences. Second is conversations, which is very important for customer experiences. With WhatsApp coming in the picture, this is the only two-way tool available at the moment in India. A customer can easily reply to your WhatsApp messages. But the point here is, when a customer replies back to you, either there's a chatbot in form of answers, or there's a manual agent which can interact with the customers. Indians, as I mentioned, prefer more of a human touch here. They want somebody to reply back. That is where conversations comes into the picture. Conversation as a tool can manage entire history of the consumers. How do because agents keep on changing, it can actually help us to tell what is the kind of conversation that happened, and there is the flow, so that any agent, any person sitting behind can actually reply back to the customers. This is the most important feature which we support with WhatsApp. And obviously Answers is our chatbot platform, and Chatbot platform is mostly used for automated messages which a customers want. But as I said, the preference of an Indian customer is for something like a conversations where they want a human touch. So that's it from my side, guys. That's how we've been helping enterprises, and that's the kind of a problem that we see within customers, and that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Sani, for the reality check on personalized customer journey in the age of omnichannel in India. As Mr. Sani said, if you have any questions, dear attendees, you can either click on the raise your hand button on your screen and we'll pass the mic to you, or you can always type it via chat and send it to us. Give you a few seconds before we move to the next session. No questions as yet, sir. So we'll just wait as we go along.
No worries. If anybody has a question later also, they can either email us or, we'll be happy to answer all the questions. Yeah.
Oh, we do have one that has come through. How do you reward customers based on the awareness level, Mr. Sani?
See, in our market automation tool, we have different channels which actually interacts with these customers. Now, these channels, when the customer is interacting on these channels, we do have an awareness, and we do have what we call as methodologies where we can define the priority channels and the last interactions also. And in our channel, in our scope, we have the methodologies to reward customers on the channels they use, and we can even help them to increase the utilization on particular channels. See, this is part of the marketing platform here. So my marketing automation can have recommendations basis that, and the companies can follow that. I hope I have answered.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I hope your question has been answered, Mr. Patnaik. We have another question from Vinay. Can you please let me know if you have done anything on B2C industry, especially where it concerns online and where you have supply chain as your partner?
See, Nisha, we do have customers in the existing role. Our interactions are mostly on the B2B side of the customers. Like we do have some customers which are on the, I can't name the customers. We do have customers which are prevalent e-commerce names, and on the supply side also. So, as I said, we mentioned the last mile of the customers. And we do have our market automation tool which helps define the customer journeys, but our interactions is mostly in this role is on the B2B level here, because the kind of volumes we do, maybe a certain customers do almost 100 million messages a month for us. So our interactions is mostly on the B2B level here.
Thank you, sir. We do have a few more questions, sir, but we'll move on to the panel discussion and then we'll come back to this.
No worries.
We have some more time.
Oh, sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.